Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick. We ate lunch and watched Sanrio Danshi. I feel like that was such a weird conclusion to this conflict. I mean, the president just kept coming over and trying so hard to, like, resolve things with the cute blonde boy until he just passed out from lack of sleep. And it felt like such a phony conclusion. He made the boy feel guilty, and then they all reconcile, and it was just like, what? I'm like, we went to this length for Sanrio? Are you kidding me? And I feel like the blonde boy didn't make a strong enough case for liking the twin stars. I feel like that was just tacked on, like how the cinnamon roll thing was kind of, it was a little tacked on too. I feel like the first three guys had a much bigger reason for liking the stuff that they liked. Okay, well, I'm gonna give the president some slack here, because like that, taking him to Pearl Land was probably like the only like slacker thing his dad ever let him do. It's like, here, go visit cute Pearl Land. I don't know. All I know is that his dad's so damn strict, dude. And his dad just looks like the typical Japanese father. Oh my god. I ended up unloading my phone, I converted my files, I worked a little bit on the extras, and I also typed up the opening of chapter 18, and that's more or less as far as I got. I didn't really get to do much going forward. I'm not really certain of the specific amount of things that I want Sfuiar and Pasha to talk about. I have to really think about that. I know in my original summaries I had a list of specific things, but then I also didn't cover everything that Agnes was supposed to talk to Pasha about. So I'm thinking about like reinserting certain points in there, but mostly we need to find out why is it that Sfuiar doesn't like her. So that's important. Okay, so when did I get off? I think I got off at 3. I was really tired. I think Monika got off a little bit after me. She ended up doing all the coloring for the second extra for chapter 56, so that's done. I ended up waking up at 9, but I didn't get up until like 11:30. I ended up making yesterday's green tea this morning because like, I completely forgot to make it. I accidentally made rooibos instead of green tea, so I'm a day behind. I have to change all my my tea bags because like I usually like write down the day that I'm supposed to be drinking the green tea on the tea bag, because if I drink green tea consecutively like too much, I get heart flutters and I don't like that. Alright, so I went straight to work on the first 3 pages for chapter 17. I finished them all at 3. And then at 4, I ended up working on the first 3 audio files, but I only got as far as the first 2. I still have one I need to do. I ended up kicking Monika out of bed at 5, and we went for a run. So we just got back from our run right now. Here's what I need to do. I need to load Cardcaptor Sakura so we can watch that for breakfast. I need to finish that audio file. I also need to finish coloring page 1. I'm tempted to kind of do a few more audio files because like I just want to keep multitasking because it makes things go faster. Is there anything else? I have not found Denmark and Italy yet. I completely forgot to do that. It crossed my mind yesterday that I should, but then like they hadn't chosen yet. So now that I'm sure that they have, I have to go back and find it. Is there anything else to say? I think that's virtually it. Upcoming Valentine's Day is on Wednesday. The Lunar New Year is on Friday, I think, and I think that Mardi Gras was supposed to be this Tuesday. Is that how it goes? So it's like Mardi Gras, Valentine's Day, and then the Lunar New Year. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but we need to start cleaning up the apartment because the apartment inspections start not this week but next week. So that's super important. My other goal is to try to get the extras for chapter 55 and 56 out of the way as fast as possible. I'm hoping to work on 55, maybe 56 also tomorrow while I'm doing the audio. If I don't just do all of it immediately. But I need to get that done, and I need to get the script for 18 out of the way too, because like 18 is the last chapter we're going to be working on, so it's important to get that done. As far as I know, Monika doesn't have any more appointments this month. She said the next appointment she has is in March, so we have to worry about that then. That's as much as I could think of. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So we ate breakfast and we watched the next episode of Cardcaptor Sakura. In this episode, I feel like they finally did the thing that I wish they had done in the beginning with and insert that Lee felt useless because he couldn't sense the magic. I'm like, what took them so long? Because like I feel like if they had opened on that, then it would have been more interesting about where it was going, because other than that, it just seemed like he didn't care the whole time, and then now it just seems like, okay, well, he acknowledges that he can't help her. That should have been the beginning. Instead, they acknowledged first that he was working with Ariel, and it just felt like, what? Why? I guess we'll find out in the end where the heck is this going. It was so nice to see Mei Ling. Mei Ling was the highlight of the episode. I can't wait for her to come back, and I hope she's an even better martial artist. That would be so awesome. She's probably gonna fight another, like, a fight card kind of thing. They haven't even talked about what they're going to do about fixing the pre-existing cloud cards. They're all clear. That's, like, annoying. Whatever. Alrighty then. Okay, so I got off at 7. I went back on about, like, 8:30 or 8 o'clock-ish. And then I worked on page 1, and I completed it in time before lunch, but I was so tired, I went back to bed and I crashed. Monika woke me up in time for lunch. We watched Token Rambo Hanamaru. 2 things happened in this episode. The first half was about the Samanji family, and specifically Sayo and his horrible past, which is the saddest thing ever. And I feel like he's such a cute character for such a horrible, horrible past. And the latter half was about the Citadel getting upgraded. Is this something that can happen in the game? Because I can completely understand if it could, but in the end, it just felt like, okay, all they did was add a few more rooms, and that's it. So, but the way they framed it, they made it sound like they got up and they moved away. But really, all I did was just remodel it. Okay, so after we watched Hanamaru, we went to Vaughn's. We picked up more food that we were running out of. I finally got more rooibos. Oh, what else did we get besides that? I know we got eggs, and I think we got rice. And then when we got back, I resumed working on pages 2 and 3, but I was so tired by the end of the day I couldn't put text on them, so I had to do that. I will do that later, but I'm still talking about Sunday. So I went to sleep at about, when was it? It was like, I think it was between 4 and 5-ish. And I woke up at 11, and I ended up finally listening to, because I completely forgot to look for it. I ended up listening to Denmark and Italy's entries. Italy is a duet. I am fine with it. It's a male duet. It feels like a perfect opportunity to draw both Italian brothers as the album cover, but I kind of feel like I don't want to do that because I've never done that before for any of the characters that have had duets. And it feels like I'm playing favorites if I do, so I was thinking about possibly making an alternate cover version for them specifically for my Patreon. I don't know. All I know is that it feels like a missed opportunity if I don't do it, but it also feels like I'm cheating everybody else if I do. So, I don't know about that. Other than that, the song itself is okay. I want to listen to it again. I'm gonna listen to it later. I need to find a translation to find out what it's about. I have this feeling it's about like romance or whatever. Okay, so as for Denmark's entry is great. It's a slow song technically, but the production for it is perfect. And like it kind of reminds me a bit of Romania's canceled entry for 2016. I really felt like this one's gonna be a good. Was it 2016 or was it 2015 that Romania didn't get to compete? Shoot, I think it was 2016. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, I'm like really excited for it because it's a really good song. So it's about a Viking who chose to negotiate rather than to combat, and it's really good. Oh my god, I wanted to win. Okay, so as for that, like I said, I woke up at 11. I got on at like 12 something. I ended up working on pages 4, 5, and 6. I didn't get page 4 completed in time. 5 and 6 I got done quickly. 4 I had to work on it after I got off, and I ended up getting off at like 4:30 so that way I can make Monica breakfast and then we can leave to go for our run at 5. So while we were on our run, I ended up finding 2 water bottles and a penny and a dime. So I almost didn't even see the dime. When we were walking by, I noticed a round, shining round circular thing, and when I passed, the lighting actually disappeared from the thing, and I noticed that it vanished in a certain way. So I was like, that's probably a coin. So I went back and I ended up picking it up. So yeah, she's like, how did you even see that? I was glad it was a dime though. Okay, so yeah, I got the dime. We headed home. And now we're back. She's making breakfast. I have to work on setting up pages 4, 5, and 6. I need to scan 4, set up 5 and 6. I need to load Michi and Neko and then the next episode of A Place Far in the Universe because, like, that's all we have to watch for today. And then once we're done with that, I need to pass off the pages to Monika and then edit the last 3 audio files. So, that's a lot to do. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to finish the Sunday pages. And if I have any time after that, which I have no idea if I will definitely work on the script for chapter 18 because that's all I can think of doing. As for when I'm working on the audio, I'm going to try to squeeze in the second extra for chapter 55 and 56. So wish me luck on that. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. We ended up eating breakfast and watching the next episode of the Antarctica anime. And I'm happy that they recruited a third girl, but I feel like she was just inserted so quickly. I mean, like, in comparison, the main character's best friend that she shares a class with is more of an engaged character in this story than this girl who just they randomly inserted. And it was hard for me to buy that she felt connected to them and whatnot because it's just they rushed to shove her into the story, and I don't really like how they did it. I'm fine that she's there. I feel like she's okay personality. I feel like her personality is not that much different than the main character, so I feel like I don't know how I feel about her being there. I wish they had just did it better. And then the running around scene that happened in this episode was just kind of like, why were they running? I didn't explain that until like later in the story. So like, yeah, it kind of felt like the story felt very all over the place. So I don't know. I hope it fixes itself in the 3rd episode, but we're gonna have to wait on that. Afterward, I ended up finishing the pages and I passed them off to Monika, and then I took a break from 7 and I ended up getting back on. I think it was about like 8:30. I ended up knocking out the last 3 audio files, and while I was working on that, I ended up coloring the extras for 55 and 56 and at the same time. 56 is almost done because there's not a lot going on, whereas 55 has a lot of stuff going on with it. So after that, I ended up compressing the video, and then I ended up finishing and loading the Sunday pages. I ended up stopping at about 10, and then we ate lunch and we watched the next episode of Takagi-san, which had to cover the summer break between the two of them and how they couldn't technically be together because they had to be on vacation. And I don't know how I felt about that. I kind of felt like I was for and against it because like I feel like it just felt like another excuse to make Takagi even a bigger brat because like she feels like a very calm brat. She's always like she gets concerned about something, especially the things that are out of her control, and then she tries to figure out how to put it back in her control. It just makes her seem like such an enormous brat. And that's one of the main reasons why I don't like this story. And so, but I'm not saying that he's any better, but I really wish he was with the character that could bring out the best in him, and I feel like she doesn't. She just keeps destroying him in some way. I feel it's small, but I kind of feel like she is destroying him a little. And this is not the kind of relationship I want to see someone get in. I mean, I feel like a relationship should be even, and Takagi-san has just been kind of like, it's a series, it's interesting, but it's sufferable. When you think of it in reality, I would never want 2 people like that to get together. Okay, so we went out for a walk, and in the process we found a penny and a can. And then when I got back, my video finished compressing, and after it was done, I ended up proofreading chapter 50, and then I ended up taking a break at about 1, and we're still in the process of cleaning up for the inspection next week. So we put a lot of the stuff that's in the living room away. For example, the sewing machine is now in the linens cabinet that's near our bedroom, in between our bedroom and the bathroom. And all of our stuff is over there. And I ended up finding out like way too late that Monika threw out my entire collection of used paper. So if I ever need to have used paper to do something, I'm gonna have to build it all up all over again. I've been holding on to that used paper for a while, and I had all these plans of what I wanted to use with the used paper, and like great, now it's all gone. So I have to like build it up again. The other thing that concerns me is I had drawings in that pile that I hadn't scanned. I just threw them off to the side. I was planning on getting them later if I needed them, but now they're all gone. So I'm kind of frustrated with her. I ended up yelling at her this morning because I realized it this morning that they was gone. Okay, so I went back on at 3. We caught up with the internet, and at the same time worked a bit on pages 4, 5, and 6 because they were done, but I didn't get any of them completed. So I have to work on those later. So yeah, on a side note, just before I get into today, I just want to say that the next the visuals for the next Token Rambo musical came out, and Tomoe is gonna be in it, and I'm just like shitting bricks here. Oh my god. I'm on the fence about this for 2 reasons. One, I'm kind of a hipster and I liked Tomoe before he was cool, but I kind of do hope that this increases his popularity in case that he might end up in another anime adaptation. Because like I'm kind of hoping that maybe he might get into like, let's say if Ufotable decides to do like another Token Rambo adaptation, I really hope that he's in it, because he did not make it into Hanamaru. And from what we had seen, swords that didn't make it into Hanamaru in the first season ended up in the second season, but some of them ended up in Katsugeki, which is why I'm kind of like hoping for that. I think someone said that you can have up to 4 teams in the game, and I'm hoping that if Ufotable ever does a second season of it, that they'll cover team 3 and 4, and I'm hoping he would put B on that. Other than that, I have no idea. I'm a little nervous about this musical for various reasons, because like they have a tendency to pin characters together. I know narratively it works that way, and I just don't want. I'm not ready to see him pinned to someone, because he's kind of like a standalone character. The only character I can embrace him being pinned to is Iwatoshi, because he's also the other Naginata, and they have no choice but to be together. But I kind of feel like I don't want to see Tomo with somebody else. What else is there? Oh, what else is there about this that makes me nervous? Another thing that makes me nervous is that Tomo's armor it's like, I guess I'm gonna say it's like a feather plated armor, because like it's supposed to look like a wing, and it goes from his shoulder down his back, and it ends up on the other side of his body. And I've never seen a reference guide for this yet. I'm still waiting to see if they'll ever produce one, because like a lot of the new swords came out and they don't have references. So looking at all the pictures that have ever come out for him, it seems like that thing is just like a cape piece. It just hangs there, and I'm wondering if they're gonna try to find a way to pin it down to him somewhere. My best idea is to just pin it to the lower half of his lower half of his torso, like somewhere around his waist there, to pin it down to the side. I don't know if they're gonna do that. And then I'm also worried that it's too much material and they're not gonna like produce the whole entire thing. They're gonna like leave it off. I've never seen if they've done that before with other swords, that they've actually like skimped out on completing their entire look. But I can see them doing this to him. My other concern is that the way that it's shaped on in the drawing, it literally just goes over his shoulder and that's it. But I've also seen some artists draw it that way it's the shoulder part is a completely different unit than the wing part that goes behind his back. I'm really like fussing over this because I'm really nervous about it. I want it to look good. So like I'm guessing, but my guess is that they're gonna make it like mostly like part material, like so that, because like the way it looked like it was part fur and not feathers. But I don't blame them, because like if it's made completely of feathers, it would be like feather pieces would be going everywhere. So like, not to mention that the feathers also look like they weren't real, like they were actually like fabric pieces, which I kind of feel like is a good move. So like, I don't know, I'm just like so all over the place with this. I really like this character, but I hate to see him look terrible. Oh god. So yeah, this has left me with so much distress and excitement because I can't wait to see what he looks like when he comes out. Um, as in full scale. I don't know if they're gonna have a full scale photo of him eventually. I figure since the play will be running very soon, that we'll get to see the full cast pictures for full body outfits of characters. Another thing I'm also looking forward to is the gifts from it, because like the fans are usually really good at producing gifts, and I'm sure the fans that are his fans specifically will produce gifts for him. So I definitely will see him at least in Tumblr tag or whatever. So yeah, I'm like excited. I'm extremely nervous for him. Other than that, my only other complaint, and I feel like this could not be helped, is that they just could not get his lipstick color the right color, because like it's impossible. I genuinely feel like it's impossible because like lips are naturally red and his lipstick is supposed to be like green. So like when it was on the guy's lips, it didn't look right. It just looked like he had like gray lips. And I'm just like, oh well, they tried. Other than that, they got the monocle down, and the fact that it's attached to his earring, it's a piercing. Yeah, they got all that down. Oh god, I'm so nitpicky. Okay, now I'm ready to talk about today. I somehow managed to wake up at 12. I got up at exactly 12 and I jumped up and I went straight to work on my pages. Pages 7, 8, and 9 are ready. I have not assembled them though. I was in the process of cleaning them up when 4:40 came around. That's typically between 4:40 and 5:40 is usually when I wake Monika up. If we're going somewhere, I have to wake her up at 4:40 and get her out of bed. That's usually when I give her breakfast. So let's say if we're going to like Walmart or Northgate, which is what we're doing today, or we're going for a run, I have to get up at 4. I have to stop at 4:40. But if it's a normal day, I have to get her up at 5:40. So yeah, since we're doing we're getting more water today, I had to wake her up at 4:40. So she's making breakfast right now, and this morning I ended up compressing my video to second compression. So when I get back, I need to load it, and aside from that, I also need to upload to Flickr volume 5 of Poham Didam, and I've been kind of putting that off. I completely forgot to do it this morning, so I need to do it later. But the longest I can wait on it is tomorrow, cause like, yeah, I want to strike the iron while it's still hot. Is there anything else I need to do? When I get back, I need to assemble the pages, pass them off to Monika, finish the pages 4, 5, and 6 because I didn't get those done. And then if I have any time left over, I need to work on the script for chapter 18, which I don't think I will because I'm going to be busy doing everything else. So that's as much as I can think of. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Wednesday, Valentine's Day, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. Okay, so first things first, we ate breakfast and we watched episode 3 of the Antarctica series. I'm happy the girls managed to find a way to get there. Monika's upset that they didn't find a way on their own accord. They had to rely on this idle girl to get there. And I admit that did feel a little frustrating that they had to go that distance. But, what else could they have done? Alright, so after we were done, we ended up hitting Northgate. We got some water and I found 3 cans on the way back. And when we got home, we passed the pages out to Monika, and then I took a break at like 7:40. I took a shower, and then after the shower, I took a nap, and I have no idea when I woke up. I could not remember. All I know is the moment I got up, I went back to working on the pages, and I stopped in time for lunch. While making lunch, Monika accidentally cut her finger, and we had a really hard time getting her finger to stop bleeding. It was like bleeding like crazy. So like we tried everything. The trouble is I turned off the computer. I could have turned on the computer and tried to like find some suggestions on how to stop it from bleeding, but it didn't occur to me until like much later, unfortunately. But yeah, we managed to get it to stop enough to eat lunch. And we watched episode 4 of the Antarctica series, but we didn't get very far. We stopped in the middle where the girls were talking while they were sleeping in the tent on their training. We stopped there and we got off because a self-love seminar was going on. Actually, really, we wanted to go and get more food at Vaughn's, but we ended up going to the seminar first. and we did some of the prompts with them. We were supposed to talk about ourselves in a positive way. Another person was there. I forgot her name. Dinar? Is that what Monika said her name was? I thought her name was Dana, but apparently her name is Dinar. She's supposed to be. I think she's a Samoan woman or something. But I've seen her around. I've just never really gotten to know her. You know. Okay, so after the seminar, we went to Vaughn's and we picked up a couple of things. Oh my God, the Valentine section was small. The flower section was huge. Oh my God, they had so many flowers that they were prepared for war or something. It was just the craziest thing. And like Monika was like, what are they gonna do if they don't sell all these flowers? It was cool though. At the same time, it was also a bit creepy because like they had like these rows and rows of tables stacked and stacked with all these roses and whatnot, and it kind of looked like a memorial. You know what I mean? A memorial for like to remember someone, and it just creeped me out a little bit. But other than that, it looked great. Let's see. We got home. And I finished 2 of the 3 Monday pages, and it took Monika the rest of the day to finish filling in the Tuesday pages. But we ended up going to bed at 4. So I woke up this morning at about 11. Oh, was it 11 something? I got up before 12. I worked on the last 3 pages of chapter 17. And then I kicked Monika out of bed and we made pizza. We didn't end up going running. We were hoping to, but we didn't. We ended up finishing episode 4 of the Antarctica series, and we knocked out episode 5. So I'm surprised they ended on the note that the main character's best friend was codependent. That was surprising. And I kept getting the vibe she was upset or jealous about the fact that she was leaving, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I mind. I feel like I mind a bit. I don't really know if I mind about this because like the way that it was handled, it just kind of felt like so much more could have been said, and to just have her friend stand there feeling like left out, it annoyed me because I know what that feels like. But the whole like wanting someone else to depend on you thing was kind of weird. So she ended up rejecting her proposal to end their friendship. That, on the other hand, I feel like I could identify with the fact of wanting to end a friendship because it's just not going anywhere. But well, she didn't let her off the hook, so I kind of felt like I feel like she's just stringing her along, especially because she's doing her own things and starting her own adventure. So I feel like. I don't know. I feel like there was lots of mixed messages for me. I don't know, because I felt like it would have been better if they just had broken up. I really genuinely felt that way. I would have approached it that way myself. After that, we ended up taking a break, and Monika went back on at 7, so she's coloring in the pages now. That's what time it is right now. When I get back on later, I have to decide when I want to get on. I guess I'll get on between like 8, 'cause I got off at about like 6 something, like 6:30, I think. So, I need to get back on between like 8 and 9. I'm really sleepy. And, finish the last page for Monday, and then do all the Tuesday pages. And then what else do I need to do today besides that? I have a to-do list. Where is it? No, I think that's virtually it as far as everything I really need to do. I don't know if I'm gonna have time. I'm probably on either like Thursday, or if I'm not trying to catch things up on Thursday, either Thursday or Friday. I have to do the script for chapter 18 and then storyboard it and print it out by Saturday. So hopefully I can get that all done in one day. I haven't really had much of a chance to think about what's going to be in it. There's so much that needs to be said, and I haven't had a moment to work on it, which makes me angry as hell. And I also really want to get the extras done, because I don't have that much time to work on those either. So I'm afraid that by the next time I have to unload the phone, would probably be the only time I'll get a chance to work on those again, which makes me mad. Is there anything else I can say? Nothing else is coming to mind, really. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Valentine's Day really quick. I crashed and I woke up at 9:30, and then I worked on the last Monday page and then the Tuesday pages, but I stopped at 10 a.m. so we can eat lunch. We ended up watching the 6th episode of the Antarctica anime. Basically, the other girls thought that she misplaced her passport, but it turns out that one of the other girls had it in her bag. And it was very human and understandable, but they went through so much hell over that. It just felt like so unnecessary, but it made it very realistic. So I guess you could say that's one of the main reasons why I didn't like it, because it was very real. I swear, I can see a lot of people saying that that's happened to them at least once, where they thought something was gone, but then like they had it all along, you know. Okay, so after lunch we hit Albertsons, and on the way there we ended up picking up, I think it was like 3 pennies. Oh my gosh, Albertsons was so busy for Valentine's Day. They had these 2 stations. One station was this woman dipping strawberries in chocolate and drizzling them, making them beautiful, and putting them in fancy boxes. And then the other station was this woman wrapping gifts and whatnot. And it was just like, you would have thought it was Christmas, but it was Valentine's Day. My God. We ended up getting a ton of Monopoly tickets. The most Monopoly tickets we've gotten so far this year. Wow. I opened them up and we got I think we got like another thing for salad dressing, some things for what was it? Soap. It takes $1 off of the soap. I don't know how much the soap is though. It's for a six pack set of Dove, and we still have Dove soap that we're not using at the moment. I mean, it's been a while since I've used a bar soap. We still have all this bar soap. I kind of wanna turn it into and I've said this last year. I want to turn all that bar soap into actual pump soap, but it takes a bit of maneuvering to do it. Let's see what else is there. Okay, so when we got home, Monika resumed coloring, but I took a while to go back on. I ended up catching up my journals and planners, and then I went back on. I finished the art for the Tuesday pages, but then I instead of putting the text on them, I ended up working a little bit on the chapter 55-second extra because I felt like that was a bit more important, and I just wanted to get away from the pages for a little while. Okay, so I got off at 2 and I messed around with my Monopoly board for a bit. Oh man, I had so many duplicate markers, but I managed to get 2 of the sections mostly filled out, except for one marker for both of them. I think it was like the $25 prize and the $25 gift card or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, we ended up going to the speaking seminar at 4:30, and I wish I hadn't gone. It's one of those things where what she was trying to teach us, I do it all the time. But doing it in the manner that she was teaching it to us felt like it took something that I excelled at and made it like unrealistically, like pointlessly difficult. We ended up coming home. We went straight to bed. I woke up at 11:40 and I went to work on the pages at midnight. And I completed the art for the Wednesday pages, but I didn't put a text on them either. I got sidetracked messing with LaBelle's magic transformation. I finally nailed his hair because I was having a really hard time figuring out how I wanted to look, since Izanagi's hairstyle is typically like drawn the same way amongst all of his artwork. People always draw it the same way. So I kind of did something that was a bit of a parody of it. It's a ponytail outfit. I was basically trying to make it look like the opposite of Weir's, because like Weir has a specific hairstyle for the Faye Godmorgan, and it looks very Asian-esque as far as I'm concerned, and I didn't want LaBelle's hair looking exactly like Weir's, so I had to make it updo. And let's see, I have seen pictures of Izanagi with a ponytail, so it's not that outlandish. Monika got up around 4:50 at the time that I was making her breakfast, and I ended up showing her the Incredibles 2 second preview, and it doesn't look like a movie we want to watch, and I don't know if we're still going to go see it unless they can find a way to sell it better. I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be just as bad as like the Cars flops, because like the original Incredibles movie is a really tough act to follow. It's so flawless. I mean, well, technically there is some flaws, but I always hated Violet's arc in it. Oh god. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to it anymore. It's bad that I wasn't really looking forward to Wreck-It Ralph 2. So I almost feel like we're probably not going to see any movies this year. it just really depends. We ended up eating breakfast and we watched the last most recent episode of the Antarctica series, which basically the characters were having self-doubts of whether or not they were going to make it to Antarctica or not. And I thought that was interesting, but nothing was really stopping them, so it seems like we're going in the next episode. It makes me sad that we have to watch it week to week now, that we can't just like binge it. But binging it this far was fine. What else is there? Okay, so after that, Monika went back to bed, and then I went for a walk, and I had to dodge all these kids going to school. But in the process, I ended up finding a dime and a penny, so that was helpful. And I just got back right now. I was catching up my journals and planners. I want to go back on anywhere between like 8 and 9. I don't know what time it is right now. I guess it's 8. But I need to finish putting the text on the pages. Out of the 6 pages I need to do today, I only got 1 done. So I need to do the last 5. And I want to have them done before lunch, and then I want to spend the rest of the day working on the second extra for chapter 55 and maybe 56. I think I can get the 56 one done faster, but I at least want to try to get 55 as far as possible, because there's a lot to color in that, whereas the one for 56 I don't have that much left to do. So I feel like I should probably do the 56 one. Is there anything else? I did some brainstorming for the chapter 18 script. I'm concerned that I'm going to be working on... I'm concerned that 18 is actually 18 and 19. It's not actually 18. So I'm a little worried about that, because like I don't need to do 19 at the moment. I can hold off on it. But at the same time, if I need to know where this chapter is going to stop. So I feel like I'm probably going to end up typing out both. I'm planning on spending all tomorrow working on the script, because I really want to get the remaining pages done today. I don't know if we're going to be doing anything this week. I don't think so. We're mostly just preparing for the inspection. I don't know if there's anything we're going to need to move or not. I assume that we're probably going to have to move the couch because of the fact that we're not supposed to have anything in front of the window. So we're probably going to have to put that back in the other room. We've already cleared out the other rooms for it too, so... What else is there to say? I need to fix the what was it? The stuff in the other room, the coat closet, because like I put a box in there. I was saving this box. This box is full of all this shipping stuff that I got, and I have no other place to put it. I mean, I could try to put it in our bedroom, but like I don't know if it'll slide, the bedroom closet. But it's right now it's in the coat closet, and I need to figure out how to organize it. There's a lot of stuff in there, like packaging, air pillows. I don't know, you know what I mean, right? So yeah, I don't know what to do with that at the moment. But I think there was Thursday or Friday, we said we would go to the recycling center and get rid of the bottles. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't found any more as far as I know. I haven't checked. I think the most recent one that I got, I think I haven't put it into the bag yet. It's just sitting somewhere in the closet with the bags. I need to put it in one of the bags. I actually don't know what we're gonna do with the money once we get it, when we recycle it, because like we're either gonna put that money into my account or Monica's account, and Monica's account has less money than mine, so I feel like most likely we're probably gonna put that money into her account. Typically, for the amount that we usually bring in about like $8 worth, because that's all we can carry is about $8 worth of material. But a lot of what we picked up was small bottles. I don't know if that would increase the weight at all. I mean, best case scenario it does, but like there's no promising it. Most of those bottles are like really light. So there's a chance that multiple small bottles are going to equal the weight of a large one. That's a guess though. I don't know. What else is there? Okay, so this is the second to the last recording. That means that tomorrow I have to unload the phone, and then the day after I'm going to be editing. So I don't know what I'll be doing on Saturday. I assume I most likely be printing out the chapter 18 drafts, best case scenario. So I'll most likely be editing the audio while doing that. I don't know. We'll see. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So I went back on at 8:30. I knocked out 2 more pages of chapter 17. I stopped at 10 a.m. to eat lunch, and because there was nothing else to watch. We ended up trying to catch up with that Koizumi-san Ramen Reiki whatever series, and oh my god, the third episode was so hard to get into. I mean, like, she was constantly getting rejected by Koizumi, and then it wasn't until she revealed to her that she could cook that something actually happened. And we didn't finish the episode because, like, I couldn't stand seeing her suffer like that. And I feel like Koizumi doesn't appreciate her, and I have a sinking feeling after she eats her food, she ends up revealing that she doesn't really care about her, or she just cares about food. I don't know. I kind of want to go back and see, but I also feel like I just can't take that type of torture, even if it's for humor. After where we ended up hitting Walmart, and I think it was about 11 by then. I brought all the change I collected, and for some reason, even though I counted it up to like 36 cents, it came out to 41. And I think that's because the machine already had coins in it. Because, like, I noticed that the machine deposited some of my coins. Because, like, sometimes the machine gets clogged and it can't process all the coins. So, like, it just it spits it back out. And so I was spitting out my coins, the ones that it couldn't process. And I noticed there was more coins already in the machine. So I figured that I must have accidentally picked all the pennies that were in there and processed all of them when some of them weren't even mine. And I've done this before, but I didn't notice it until like later when I actually looked at the receipt. I was like 41. I don't remember having 41 cents. So, yeah, I must have been at least 5 cents hanging around in that machine. Ugh. I mean, I'm not upset. I'm just like, I just thought it was strange. I didn't calculate it. I didn't expect it. So at Walmart, we picked up, the only weird thing we picked up was toilet cleaner, because we really need toilet cleaner for our toilet. Our toilet is like really dirty. Oh my god. So yeah, we're trying to get that thing clean in time for the inspection. I don't know if we'll be able to. I feel like so far this cleaner hasn't done anything differently than the previous cleaner's done. Let's see. So yeah, we headed home and we picked up various cans and bottles on the way home. And we finally filled up the second bag of bottles, so that's ready to go. I spent the entire afternoon completing chapter 17. I finished it at 2:30. And I was really exhausted after that, so I just crashed. And I feel like prolonged sitting is starting to hurt my hips, and I feel like I need to stop doing that. So I don't know, I feel better now, but yesterday my hips didn't feel very good. But like, I mean, they hurt, but they didn't hurt like severely. There was this mild aching pain in there. And like, I'm feeling it a little bit again, but I feel like it'll go away after a point. I could take painkiller, but I kind of want to save my painkiller for periods. Okay, so this morning I woke up at 1, but I was too tired to get up, so I did not wake up until like 4. I didn't get out of bed until 4 a.m. And then I went straight to work on chapter 18. I got about like 2 pages in, and then we stopped to eat pizza for the New Year's. Yes, we had pizza for breakfast for holidays. And then we watched Love is Like After the Rain, and then this episode she ran into him at the library. But that wasn't even the main point of it. The main point of it was her friend is trying to rekindle a relationship with her, and this made me feel bad because I know what it feels like to be temporarily away from a friend and then for some reason just completely disconnect with them. And I feel like she needs to work through this with her friend. I don't know, I was worried there was going to be a Yuri vibe, because if there ends up being like a whole Yuri subplot between her and her friend, I feel like this is official, she has a harem. You know what I mean? Because like that makes the first guy, the second guy, and then her friend on this list of harem for her. Possibly the son, if he ever ends up getting a crush on her, which would be ironic. After that, I ended up working on the script for chapter 18 again. I backpedaled up to a specific point because I felt like I didn't want Fouillard reflecting on his entire relationship with Philippe. I felt like Fouillard needed to just reflect on the thing that got between them, which was the peace alliance. So the 2 questions that Pasha's going to ask him is 1 about Dominique and 2 about Philippe. But we're doing the Philippe one first because Philippe is technically more important. It was Pasha's first question, and Dominique's his second question. He started getting curious about that recently. So yeah. So I feel like the difference between Pasha and Marie as a main character is that Pasha doesn't really like mentally process everything that he hears. He just jumps along with things, and I feel like I need to give him a moment to stop and think about everything that's being said to him up to this point. because like he's picked up a lot of information since arriving at the processing firm at the beginning of this volume, and this volume's almost over. So I'm hoping that by like mid-volume 3 that we should be infiltrating the Hurricane Brigade's home base. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm hoping that that'll work out. Ugh. I just need to do a handful of things first. Like once he talks to Fuya, we also have to find out what Dominique tells Agnes and Fauna, and then from that point we can reunite with Philippe and LaBelle. So we'll see how that goes. Alrighty then. Upcoming, we are leaving in a moment to go to the recycling center. I think Monika found something else to crush. It sounded like she was crushing something else over there. After we're done with the recycling center, we're going to pick up water from the north gate next to it, and then we're going to head down to the bank to deposit whatever money we get for the bottles. And I think that's virtually it. I don't know if we're also going to hit Dollar Tree. I personally don't think we need to get anything from there. All of their Valentine stuff should be gone now. They should have already called it all out. So, alright then. I can't think of anything else. My major goal today is just to finish the chapter. I mean, I'm already like 3 pages in, and once I get Fuya to make his point, then I think I'm probably gonna have to continue his monologue into chapter 19. He should get across why he turned on Dominique. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work on that this week or next week, because like I was expecting not to work on the scripts while I'm trying to catch up the art. So if I ever manage to finish all of Ho Hum Dee Dum, that's when I'm gonna get back to working on the scripts for Live NPC. So I need to keep that in mind. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one.